So whether you've been lifting for years or you're kind of just getting started and in the swing of things, you might be confused or I guess maybe even frustrated with how it is that you're supposed to progress because there's so many different ways that you can go about it with the weights that you're going, with the reps, the sets, everything like that. I want to share my quick 2 cents on it because I guess it is technically progressive overload, but I started lifting when I was 15 and my parents had some bodybuilding lifting background, so they kind of helped me get started. And as any kind of young girl, I of course told my dad that I wanted to get toned and lose weight and things like that. And he's like, okay, you can go lighter with your weights and then like 12 to 15 reps and kind of go from there. And unintentionally, unknowingly, I started adding weight to that. So I started maxing out and going really heavy and adding a lot of weight and doing 15 reps. And that's what I did for years. And it wasn't until I started lifting with my friends and they did not like the way that I was working out because it was very hard and very challenging, that I realized that, okay, maybe I do have something going on here and it is a little bit different. And I have adjusted and progressed from there. So I kind of wanted to share my 3 tiers of how to go about this. I do actually have a blog post detailing all of this with some examples and breakdowns and workouts that you can do too. So I will link that down below and definitely check that out. But the 3 different tiers that I go off of, there's a lot going on outside, is the first one of trying to work on your stamina. So working on your stamina, I decide as 15 reps or more. Now this isn't like super light weights, like we are talking 5 or 10 pounds and just doing it like willy-nilly, whatever. This is 15 to 20 reps. And like those last 5 reps are a challenge. Like you are burning your muscles, you are breaking them down, and it is difficult. So that is the first one, and that is the best option. And then once you get to that point where you can do 20 plus reps, that's when you start adding weight. And that's literally all that I do. I don't do any math or breakdowns because math is hard to begin with. And then once you start adding lifting and breaking it down from that and getting tired, it's just going to get that much worse, that much more difficult. It's hot outside. Okay, there were cars going off. It's too hot in here. Hopefully you can't hear the fan too bad. If it's just white noise in the background. Okay. We're in the garage. This is what we're doing. This is how we're at. Okay. So you've got your stamina building, exercise, routine breakdown, everything like that. The next thing is going to be just your general fitness. This is what I do a majority of the time. And this is about 8 to 12 reps for everything is 3 to 5 rounds because I don't want to do more than that, in all honesty. 3 rounds if there's 2 exercises back to back, 5 rounds if it's just focused on one and I'm feeling good and I want to get stronger. It's just up to you. Everything's made up. You get to decide. It's your life. It's your workout. If you're not training for a specific event or competition or thing like that, or sport, it literally does not matter. So do not overthink this, okay? So general fitness, we are doing 8 to 12 reps is what I would recommend. And again, the last 3 to 5 at most reps need to be difficult, okay? If you can do 12 to 14 reps, then you are upping your weight, okay? It's as simple as that. You can up it by 5 pounds, you can up it by 10 pounds, you can up it by 15, but you know your body, you know how you're training, and the more you do it, the more knowledgeable you're gonna get. So it just does take time, and I know that nobody likes to hear that because that sucks and it's annoying and we want results fast, but 8 to 12 reps does a lot. And you can do so much with that, but it's always just going to be adding weight from there if you want to get stronger. Otherwise, keep it at that. Keep it going, switch up the exercises and then come back to it. Like if you're able to confidently do 12 reps of every workout, of every exercise that you have, then switch up the exercises. If you can do flat bench, do incline bench. If you can do leg press, do squats. If you can do walking lunges, do side lunges. Like if you can do push-ups, try military push-ups. Like it just switching up things is so good. And I say like at least stick with something for 4 weeks and then like 6 to 8 weeks, switch it up. Okay. If you get bored, if you want to do something different, switch it up. It literally does not matter. Okay. And if you do want some quick workout ideas, definitely join my newsletter down below. I've got a list of 20 workouts that you can do in 10 minutes if you are short on time. And that is literally just like a 10-minute AMRAP for as many rounds as you can for like that 10 to 12 rep range. Okay. And then the last one that you have is the strength. So you are trying to put on muscle. You are trying to get a lot stronger. Think of this as like the powerlifting side of things. So I say for this, it's about 3 to 6 reps that you are doing. And for me, as somebody who always stuck with 15 plus reps, this seems like I am doing absolutely nothing, even though the weight is super, super heavy. Okay. So the 3 to 5 rep range, 3 is going to be very difficult, and that means that you are at your max weight for that. Once you get to 5 or 6 reps, then you can start adding some more weight to make it a little bit heavier. And again, 3 to 5 rounds based off of whatever exercise you're doing. For this one, I usually focus on like the bench, squat, and deadlift is for those heavier lifts, or if I'm doing like an overhead press or something like that. Otherwise, for the vast majority of my exercises, I am doing the general fitness of 8 to 12 reps. And then if I am wanting to do more of a HIIT workout or really just challenge myself, and this is where like a 10 or 20 minute AMRAP comes in of doing those 15 plus reps just to kind of burn the muscle out and see what you're actually capable of. So that is what I have for you for a simple breakdown of technically what progressive overload is, but also just a simpler way of looking at your fitness. Again, it is your workout. If you are literally doing this just to be a healthy and fit person, maybe one day you'll enter some kind of competition, maybe at some point you want to run a 5K, whatever it is, and you just want to be fit and healthy in general, this works. Do not overthink it. Do not overcomplicate it. It can just be as simple as this because it does work. And I have been doing it for well over a decade, and it is the easiest thing to kind of fall back on, okay? So now that you have the rep scheme to kind of have a good starting point with where you want your fitness to go, maybe you are at that point where you're ready for a change in programming, a change in lifting style. And if that's the case, then definitely check out this next video where I break down how a hybrid program that I did for 60 days has completely changed how I am going to be working out all summer long. So if you are interested, check out that next video, and I'll see you there.